This ain't poetry. Poetry is a musical accident. It fell down the garbage chute with that fool and his furry friend and that little boy. And now the walls are closing in. Words with nowhere to run from meaning till they get the B flow, slit, B silo, slit organ, slip quadrant, and slip up and away. Spirals in conjunction, made by pointed running. It was affirmation where we learned how to talk. Where we learned how to talk by walking pointedly. Made by pointed running. Organized air off stride by tapping like a lion. My touch, my mouth all fixed to say these words. My listening in winter, my mirror glancing. All this in there as an audible surface that my eye wants to help you think about as you feel me. Feel me? That's why I always ask you if you feel me. Because I know you feel me. I ask you if you feel me. I ask you if you feel me. I ask you if you feel me. That's why I always ask you if you feel me. Feel me? I always ask you if you feel me because I know you feel me. The history of the soloist who is not one, who ain't one, duet ain't two, the duet ain't one, two. We all through one, we all although we all through one, gone up in grain, the cathedral inside the organ, of one in nothingness, in cherry, in choir, of things in blossom in aperture, a stray horn through a crack in the wall, the narrows between the open mouth of the wall, the decreasing permanence of the wall in open air up under the gun tower, spilled in pipe space, filled in elevator, embalmed, little brother's barrel, little Richard's upswept twirl, her platform, her impossible upper room in Rolling Stone, her Hammond and her smoke, which can't be shown. But you weren't there before it woke you. The history of double life and after hours, Hollis stump and Apollo stomp on early rising, a fury, locomotive, organizing, sculpture, breaking tools, equipped, amused, épuised, tore up in vapor, whose monolithic skin has many skins, worn different than itself and others, all disorganized and being worn. That cube on the makeshift bandstand, just a circle on the floor, a little inside squabble. The sound of love without a terminal. His tinny, tinkling, breaking apart is right on time. Strobe rode off in the off-striding, Freddie Webster's mystery. A movement and a distillate, quickening they can't shoot us out of. Putney Stem and Holcomb stepped to that hole on that hill that's on top of the world. Particles still on tour. The history of the slur is lovely. Slur, slur. Ooh. No voice without the common slur of owing. Big underwritten road in Arkansas, Chicago, unowned, an open recipe. A breath straight to save Lyonnaise, Milanese. The merely culinary expression that moves between them. Destitute in that same old place that if you can't love, who do you love? When the dissonance is free and you know why you left a secret in the workshop, abandoned every time they say one more time. An encore, Mingus alternative fingers, Horace Parlin brings around as something missing. Speaking. Can't you feel what you can't hold if you can hear? Feel me? Can't you feel me? Can't you feel me? Can't you feel what you can't hold if you can hear? The missives skip in cold, Dicaravas fade as smoke for blue, which can be shown. Abelard and Talus are in love. They met at a rent party next to an air shaft and fell. They never go to sleep. They span time like Morton Feldman. Back to back, they play the beast with two fronts. Other stuff get held back, but not this, which is most tough too. That bad habit of playing patty fingers, riding around in strange habit and carriage, as if the old days had old days that harnessed chargers and tillers. All fucked up from working, smuggled around like a rhythm section. Rhythm sections smuggled, generally, as part of their duties. They're domestic in a foreign sense, and if you don't believe me, ask Susan. It's all love, as you know. What they don't forbid, they overlook, which is worse, as you know you know. But one never knows, do one? All one can do is take care of the one who keep one's time off. Fold out in the water, take care. Take care of the one who keep one's time off. Keep my time off. Off time. Keep off time. Keep it. Keep my time. time. Like maroon speed and Iberian note blacking on the Luciphone. When Ferdinand was thinking of expansion, wondering where the surplus would come from, wondering what the surplus was, wary as all his cups began to fade. The theory of itinerant note blacking and line worrying was celebrating 1,000 years of bursting from the writing of his practice like a star. It was already there as something else from someplace else always. When it arrives as the difference you always move to be, from someplace else always that you never been, welcome it like a tight chemise dropped in a storefront on 125. The venereal nation under our feet won't even have kings for a day. The Spanish Quarter, the Latin Quarter, the French Quarter, the Mill Quarters, and the barrack yards. Servants of the hardest time are the next spring. This is my sky song. The books in my cell are a Jackson in your house. The drummer in your house. See how idle chat gathers around things? That wood 22 is chopping, his axe, Miss Thing, Chat, fragile, Kent shake. Hugh is rough. Hugh be soft with lawn and Paul and mining. The social life of things beside themselves. Laughing through Alan Lomax a lot of times. Just sitting around. People just be sitting around a lot of times. A lot of times just sitting around. People be talking about the work it comes from just sitting around. A lot of times just be laughing. Just be laughing through time. You be soft, a lot of times just sitting. People be talking about sitting around. People be talking about the work it comes from. A lot of times, people be sitting around talking about how some people think it only comes from sitting around. Tune that just by tuning up across the river, tuned up way across the, when Buddy Bolden tunes up, you can hear him way up across the river. Hear all that endlessly beginning segue and sing, so the count sing. All that endlessly beginning segue and sing it. So the sing it, all that sing, all that sex sing, all that segue and see, all that singing and see, sex see. So the count come back clear in a flat array of rows. Parchment's general intellect is a blues for Julius Eastman. Count off, basically. Miss Eastman is the countess of the blues. The velocity of waiting, which is right next to the philosophy of waiting, most famously articulated in a blues called Why We Can't Wait. The ensemble of particulate attention between black and flu, raising and can't wait, all the way to court and spark and flip is still on tour. Eyes a slow train you can look at from beside the track. See every car pulse when repetition stumbles off abstraction. The period is a degenerative condition, a developmental disorder. It associates with loneliness for the multiple. Sometimes they grow, sometimes they just curl and then chill till the next episode. Her ashes are folded over us in the cold for the exhausted to return. All. Just calling, just lining out while they sell that flower. Here come presence out of nowhere. The social hum of movement is the essence of it. Because that is black power. That is one of the elements of sitting down together to reason, to ground, as the brothers say. We have to ground together in a gully, in a dungle, in the jungle, on an oil drum, till some furniture moving everywhere. The ballad of the underground is our Orchard Hill, our Clyde Woods, our way of shearing. The sound of residue and spacing like a bare living room in the morning air. And when he's ready to get up and do his thing, when he wants to get into it, man, it's a paramilitary theory. The good foot is a blues march. The screamers are lost in thought to prepare the song they pair, like a next machine, man. Marshall Allen is so close you can hear his people drumming. We're nowhere here. We're elsewhere, moving, doing it, you know, down, slow, sounding, diving, the shape we in. Somebody write my mom. For daughter number 2 is lovingly submitted as an intersection of rainbows. When Elvin was talking about a yellow symbol, the way a teacher might hold your hand, holding your face between my hands, and we name the colors we hear. Club must have been a haven for a family man, providing in the heavy air and air. Back off in the woods was full with the love of children, the terror of blues for children. How many generations in that room above the club? How many stories whispered in the groove of Storyville? All the little babies wrapped up in the corner. The relation between next, episode, breath, stream, world, and our long nights festival is blue. The sound we make so we can see that broken chroma at the end. Daddy, play my song again. Jackie Byard is a sociologist. He's concerned with the evident incalculability in human action. If a pattern were to emerge, it would only be in refits and restarts, the sudden rise at a given tune that keeps withdrawing. His hesitation is a singularity that becomes our engine. Our engine is that continual propulsive chant that can't be said alone. The history of the ones who go off by themselves to make us say it. Make me say it again. Make me say it again, girl. Oh, I believe you are an angel. All the heaven I need to see. See? This slight dehiscence is what I mean. It's got to be there at the rendezvous of all in need so we can hold our preferential option. The tortured logic of our line and run keeps that in reserve for us if we want it, but it's hard to want. It's so violent and beautiful.